Actually, it all started at the kitchen table of my parents over the weekend. When I was 12, I was reading a newspaper, and one of the titles was Incentives Booming Business in the States. And I was so intrigued by the word incentive that I started reading the entire article. And I went down to my parents with the newspaper and I said, this is exactly what I want to do when I graduate. I want to start my own incentive company in Belgium. Exactly, and so it happened. In 2001, when I graduated in tourism and business management, I had to choose a company to do a 6-month traineeship, and I decided to do this at Destination Unlimited at that time, and of course still today, a pioneering incentive house in Brussels. And it was really love at first sight. First of all, I really was impressed by their ecological spirits, and I was even more impressed by their social corporate responsibility footprint. Well, as a young girl, I always dreamed about exploring the world, discovering new civilizations, new cultures, learning new languages to be able to speak and communicate with those different cultures. And at the age of 10, actually, I started communicating and writing with a pen pal from the UK. And all of a sudden, my dad said, you know, I booked your ticket to Manchester, UK. You're going on a holiday to visit your UK friend, and when you come back, I want you to speak fluent British English. So I did. I went on the plane all by myself. I was on holiday for 2 weeks. And eventually, when I came back 2 weeks later, of course, I could speak fluent English. I even forgot most of my Flemish words. But then, obviously, my eager to travel and discover the world was still there. And when I told my parents I want to travel the world, they said, fine, but that costs a lot of money and you will have to pay that for yourself. So I picked up the phone, I called the bar in the town where I lived, and I said, do you need help over the weekend? And that's where I started working in a bar over the weekends when I was 15. And at that time, I realized that hospitality business and serving people was really my passion. 9/11. So after my traineeship, which was successful, I was so eager to start my career at Destination Unlimited, but unfortunately 9/11 decided otherwise because all markets were frozen. There was no budgets anymore. Companies didn't travel. So unfortunately, I had to broaden my horizon elsewhere and not with Destination Unlimited, which I did. But after 2 years, I was really not happy with the current position I was in. So I picked up the phone, I called Destination Unlimited, and I said, you know, this is the time. You really need to give me a contract. I love your company. I want to work with you and the team. And I made them a promise to persuade them. I said, you are much older than me. So one day there will be the time that you want to discover new things, want to step into new adventures, or simply want to retire. Well, at that time, I'm there and I will be taking over your company. Yes, and that one day came. So in 2014, 10 years after I got a contract at Destination Unlimited, the founding fathers did leave the company and I bought the company at that time. So I was able to start paving my path and start building my dream company. And so I did with the entire team. Of course, keeping in mind the legacy of the social corporate responsibility, the ecological footpath, and this made us win in 2015 the internationally recognized award given by IMEX, which is the Commitment to the Community Award. So actually, to keep up with the ever fast changing world, we need to stay ahead of the curve, like every industry has to be. So I decided to attend the Mastery of the Event Canvas Design Certificate, which means that we are not focusing on the logistics, we are not focusing on the details, because that's what we always do and always have been doing, but we focus on the human-centric approach, which means that for us it's very important to know exactly what your audience, what your guests are feeling when they enter an event, and how do you want them to feel when they leave the event. This is very important for us, because people, they forget what you said, they forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel. Having said this, we decided to reveal our 9 signature travels in honor of our team, who have put so much passion and effort in the design of these programs, that we decided to create a branch to rebrand also the entire website, also because in April 2020 we will be having our 20th anniversary. So we wanted to create a new website whereby we put both in the spotlights, meaning Unlimited, which is the design and creation of events made to measure for clients, which we have been doing for so many years. But on the other side, we also want to revive the fantastic creations that our team has been putting together for the past 15-20 years, where we have encountered amazing personalities, where we have created fantastic travels, and we wish to share them with all of you, for you to relive the same happy moments that all our other clients have been doing, because this is what we live for. This is really our passion. And you know, the world is like a book, and those who do not travel, unfortunately, they will only read the first page.